yeah, it's been a while. I hope life is treating you well. Fortnite Season 4 is now in week 9 and a live event has been confirmed, set for just over 2 weeks away. That means story content finally returns. Hooray! Let's go through the last few updates and take a glimpse at the story quests that will take us to the next chapter. Here's my code if you're looking for an unreliable content creator to support. Thanks very much. Let's go! The lobby screen is our first peek into the future. The Chrome has now taken over and the paradigm puts it bluntly.
Reality as you know it is going to end. I know that's hard to hear, but there's no changing it now.
Reality as you know it is going to end. Today on the island, the Chrome has indeed spread and has taken the sacred turf that is Tilted Towers, which has now become Tainted Towers. Things aren't all bad though, thanks to the real heroes of the story, No Sweat Insurance, who saved themselves 9 weeks ago. They've also decided to come back and save the iconic tower from the Chrome, lifting it moments before the Chrome took over it. But other areas have not been so lucky. No Sweat have been busy over the last fortnight of Fortnite. They can currently be found above Chrome Jam Junction. It's too late to save anything here, yet across the pond is Crackshot's cabin, which now looks like an asset from Up. Great movie. This got me thinking, as we know a new chapter is imminent, what if everything that is currently being saved, being lifted off the ground by No Sweat, is actually coming to the new island? Important buildings like Crackshot's cabin, which is needed every December for all our free gifts. This means other much loved POIs are safe too, like the restaurants in Shiny and the lighthouse, which is in Kondo for some reason. Smaller POIs have been given some love too, such as the cabin above the crossroads. And this one stumped me. Last update, the mansion at the very north of the island was moved. It floated over to Shiny Sound, complete with its fountain. For some reason, it has floating platforms for golf at the rear, and I can't recall if it had it before it moved. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the golf stuff is new, so I'm calling it now. This means Lazy Links will return next season. Yeah, I know it's a stretch. Other POIs are now chromed out of existence. The Coliseum next to Kondo only has the llama statues on show. Everything else, including the reality tree routes, are chromified. RIP unnamed location. The flying points of interest from the lagoon and the rave cave continue to rotate around the island, and this week they are found alongside each other by the old rock statue in the east. This kind of feels like where we'll start the live event, watching over the Herald at work. Speaking of the Herald, last update she became unlockable and we were tasked with spreading the word of her inevitable destruction of the island to frighten the inhabitants. Who did you choose to tell? I spoke to the underwriter who took it in his stride. Yeah, so threats from extra-dimensional beings aren't covered by your policy. This man is all business. I also delivered the Herald's warning to Evie, who says this. So this is how it happens. I need to send a transmission. When Evie first arrived on the island, she proclaimed she was part of the Peace Syndicate, a mysterious group watching and waiting for something to happen. Twin is another member, and this is reflected in her collection screen. A secure Peace Syndicate message was intercepted by the loopers. You're doing well, Evie. It's almost time to move on to the next phase. Twin is en route to assist X. And when Twin and Evie meet, this is said. It's not time yet. Soon. Whoever the Peace Syndicate are, I think we are about to see them do something, become a bigger part of the story. Their waiting is over, the live event is coming. So more was added today, including the Rocket League crossover many people wanted. Octane is now fully in the game, and it can do some impressive stuff. Flippy stuff. But you know me, I like weird updates. And what weirder than a chicken coop? Take a look-see south of the reality tree. It's a recreation of that awesome Zelda mission you've played. I guess we gotta throw chickens in here later this week as a quest. And don't worry, there's a few of these around the map. Anyone ever played Ocarina of Time? Please flex in the comments, I'll try and find you. The aerial platforms built for aeroplanes and helicopters are still sitting dormant, just waiting to be used, and we are promised an aviation week will arrive. The first version of this was postponed a few weeks back because of issues, but soon we shall take to the skies again, my friend. The bromance are still on the island. They don't seem to have changed one iota this month, but this may be their last update ever. So maybe pay them a visit one last time. After the Rock family suddenly vanished last season, it might be these chaps next. Keep your fingers crossed that they do something in the live event. Now Fortnitemares is over and Ash, all the ghouls and the Inquisitor have left, and the Star Wars random week from nowhere has been and gone. Oh, by the way, it was possible to destroy Vader's dropship using junk rifts. That's from an unfinished Myth Chaser episode I'll probably never get round to. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. After all that's over, I reckon now's the time to look forward to the end of the season and a message we'll receive from the Paradigm.
I have a plan. Stay close and be ready to follow my lead.
Quick recap. After seeing her co-workers squished into goo, she ran away to her homeworld via the 0 Point, a land of technology we are told. Since then, Agent Jones and Amy have used old roots in the ground of the reality tree to speak to her and make a plan. It's been a long time since the 0 Point last let out a bolt of energy, and it looks like it has fallen dormant. Paradigm needs a new perspective on things and sends us to speak to Agent Jones, the former IO employee, about...
Ask Jones about the Loop Breaker project. He thinks it's confidential. It's not.
The Loop Breaker project. I think we all know what she means by that, right? The Midas live event from June 2020. Man, that's really been a long time. The day we saw Midas create and build a doomsday machine like no other. One strong enough to break the fabric of the loop itself. I'll link the live event if you want to watch it again without my annoying voice, but what we did that day let us, for mere moments, escape the loop, and that was the same day we began to unravel who the IO were and how they control the loop. Since then, Midas seems to have vanished. Whether he was eaten by a shark or imprisoned in a suit of armor, we don't know. We need answers, and those answers will change the future. Random prediction time. I can see us going back in time. Maybe a chapter back on the first island as we change the events we've lived through, just like the scientists did in Season X. To change the future, we have to change the past. But the Herald isn't going down easy, as if you finish the Bites questline, we know that one of our own has been recruited against the odds, a secret agent ready to be called upon should a war arise. Someone was able to go through the Nothing's daunting quests to reach the end and receive gifts of chrome and gifts of unknown power.
We see you're finally prepared to face your fate. But first, you must prove yourself.
I'll be sure to recap that story beat in the season recap next week, because it's finally time to get hyped. A new Fortnite event, a new Fortnite season, a new Fortnite chapter. I'm Adam, you're awesome. Here are some leg ends who used my code over the last month. Thank you so much for sticking with me. See ya.